Hey, it's Michelle. I want to thank you for joining me today. We're going to case a card. CASE stands for Copy and Share Everything. And I thought this one was so cute and fairly simple, other than there's a lot of embossing on here. And it says, "Hooray, it's your birthday." And I made all 4 of them the same. I just switched up the colors. So let's get started. It's on page 22 of the 2016-2017 catalog, and it's called Endless Birthday Wishes. And like I said, I took the words "Hooray, it's your birthday." I love the script that's in here. It looks really cute with the other font that they used in here. And I'm using 4 colors of cardstock. They're each cut at 4 1/4 and 5 1/2, but you need to take off a little bit, probably maybe about 1/8 of an inch, to get that to fit in the card correctly. And we're going to use some silver embossing. Like I said, that's what we're embossing the whole thing just about. And the 4 colors I'm using, I forgot to mention that, it's Pear, Pizzazz, Elegant, Eggplant, Tangerine, Tango, and Blushing Bride. And I made sure I got that in the right spot for the angle that was cut on the card base that I've got. Those are in very vanilla. And I added a little piece of tape there on the side of my Misty because I was getting a little tired of trying to pick it up. It lays flat on the countertop and it's hard to grab. And I'm putting the Versamark on there twice just to be sure I get it all on there, but sometimes it's not a best idea depending on how straight you can keep your paper in the Misty, but it works out all right. And there we go on with the rest of them, all 4. All with the same silver embossing. Silver's so pretty on all those colors, actually. I heat from the back, it gets the paper to curve, and then I heat it from the front so it curves the opposite way. So hopefully in the end it flattens it out. Okay, now here's the top folding card base I've got. It's 4 1/4 by 11, and it's scored at 4 1/4, or at 5 1/2, sorry. And the angle I'm cutting here is you measure down 2 1/2 inches from one side and 3 1/4 from the other. And then you just lay them. See, I'm lining up the little marks I made, lining it up in my trimmer, and then just cutting it. And then, just keeping this kind of an assembly line. Get all 4 of them done. I had 1 done already, sorry. And now we're going to stamp these cakes, 3 of them. The first one is going to be in the center, and the second, we're going to have to move the paper. I leave the stamp exactly where it is in the Misty, and then I'm just going to move the paper. So the second one, I'm going to move the paper down about 1/2 inch, see with the measuring on the side there, and then I'm moving it over 1 1/8 of an inch. Get that with the Versamark. And now the third one is, again, the same 1/2 inch down, and then I'm lining up the candle on that, which you can't really see on the camera here in the film, but I'm lining it up with the candle that's on that second cake, and then stamping that, and now we're using the silver embossing powder again. I guess I missed a spot. Now I'll get all of these set together, and I've got them all done. Now I'm going to wipe off the little excess with any paintbrush, anything to knock it off. And again, I heat from the back and then from the front to try to get the paper to stop warping. Okay, and now I've got those all done through the magic of television there. And this is crushed curry, sweet sugar plum, and tangerine tango. And I'm actually painting those on with the Wink of Stella. So in between, you'll see me, I spray a little water on the mat there. And yeah, they're right there. I'm trying to get the color out of it so it doesn't smear into the next color. And now this second card is Crushed Curry, Mint Macaron, and Tangerine Tango. And this one is Crushed Curry, Tangerine Tango, and Sweet Sugarplum. I tried to vary the colors so, you know, they would each look a little different from the other. And now I'm going to use Versamark again, not an ink color, and just stamp. And that's again from the same Endless Birthday Wishes. Just little dots like confetti, stamping them on there 3 or 4 times. And again, each one's different. And now I'm taking the cake again from the same stamp set and putting the cake and then the word enjoy. And I'm going to stamp that with Memento. That's the only thing I do with the Memento ink on the inside. Yeah, this might have been a little easier if I would have run the cardstock the opposite direction. Okay, now we'll start putting the card together. This is 4 pieces of fun foam cut in the same fashion as I did the cardstock. The one side is measured down 2 1/4, and the other side you just take the corner, which is at 3 1/2, and you just cut it. It's probably easier to use scissors than your trimmer because it kind of tears in there a little weird. It doesn't cut it cleanly every time. And now we're going to match up the colored pieces of cardstock, fold them down, and we're all set with that. Now I've got Mint Macaron, Wisteria Wonder, Peekaboo Peach, and the Sweet Sugarplum in various pieces of ribbon that I have. And they're all cut at about 12 to 13 inches. And once I get it tied around there on that angle, I'm going to use those little tiny mini dots there and stick down the sides and then trim up the ends of each one of them. And there I've got all 4 of them done. They look so pretty. These would be a great set to give to someone also. Oh, and of course, one last thing, I gotta add on the little sequins. These are my favorite little sequins. They're just an iridescent color. One of them is, there's 8mm, and then there's 5mm ones on there. And I just put 3 on each one. Thanks again for watching. Come back and see me again sometime. Bye-bye.